Basically, this bitch thought that she could go fuck off on her job, and her backup took her job, and she tried to get it back. And they basically said, no, you on special teams now. And she like, what? What the fuck? How my backup better than me? Well, we didn't realize you had no talent. The bench player.
You already know what it is. It's your boy Laid Back with another reaction, another review, another episode. Hey, TikTok, you up to bat. Bow. It's your boy Laid Back. Welcome back to my channel. Hey, two things we gotta do. You gotta hit that subscribe button. I'm drinking this water. You already know what it is, man. You are the prize in 2025. You are the prize in 2025. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you hit the notification bell. Stay up to date with all the videos. Make sure you hit the like button, man. But we back, man. Y'all been seeing what's been going on with the Breakfast Club. Jess Hilarious, Loren, it's been going down. We gonna get into what TikTok has to say about it, but we gonna get into it. You make it to the end of this one, you a real one for real. Let's go ahead and get into it. Fire Squad, what's popping? Let's get it.
This woman every day. Every day. I don't have no reason to fucking hate on that girl.
She got fired.
I don't. No, I didn't like her when I came back because I'm like, all right, what's going on? What's going on? She knew it. We had a conversation. Because the anger was misplaced. Nah, it ain't even you that I don't like. I'm realizing this is the way these niggas is doing shit up here that I don't like. Okay. Got it. Now, it's her segment. I went to the person who does the intros, the sounds. I went to Taylor. Yo, Taylor, make Loren her intro. Take Jess with the mess, all that shit. She says, things can't just change like that. Why the fuck not? Why not? Y'all changing everything else, and I'm the only one that don't know. My goofy ass don't know nothing. I'm just coming to work every day, just zippity-doo-dah-day. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, take my name out that shit. Jess with the mess is not at Breakfast Club. I'm Jess Hilarious up here. Fuck, I'm Jessica Moore up here. Jess with the mess is not being done. Lauren LaRosa is doing the shit. So that need to be her segment. I fought for that segment. What are we talking about? What are we talking about? While her fans and her people and the Breakfast Club people and the people in the comments, man, I'm not ready to sit up here and act like I don't see that shit. Are y'all crazy? One thing I ain't never try to do is act unbothered unless shit never bothered me, man. What? You try coming back to work. You try to come back to work, and the motherfucker is right there at your desk, and ain't nobody telling you shit, mind you. Nobody telling you nothing, mind you.
Oh man.
Before you know it, everybody thinking you're the villain. Like I'm the villain. Cause I didn't know shit. I'm sick of that. I'm very, very sick of that. I'm sick of the shit. It's weird. It's weird. I don't fuck with it. Just be quiet up there. I'm not fighting over no mic space. I'm not fighting over no mic. That's why I went from shut up and hush to not saying nothing. Nah. I'm not gonna compete where I already won this competition. I didn't know it was supposed to be 4. If this was presented to me, prior to hire, then I wouldn't have been so shocked. Like, oh shit, all right, cool. So when we bringing in the 4th person, shit, that's what's up, cool. It's only time for that segment. You know what I'm saying? We had a meeting today to restructure the show and shit like that. Fuck out of here. Fuck out of here. That went crazy too. Listen.
Oh.
It's a lot of shit. It's a lot of things that I deal with. I ain't expecting not one motherfucker to feel sorry for me because that's not what I'm looking for. I don't care. And I haven't said a motherfucking thing. At all. At all. I haven't said anything. This is the crazy thing, yo. I'm gonna let y'all know this. The craziest shit is, right? I wanted Breakfast Club so bad. I wanted it. I grew up on the show. The fuck? Like, what? Hall of Fame show? What are we talking about? Syndicated? This ain't my first time doing radio, but I'm just saying, like, this is the biggest fucking show culturally. You know what I'm saying? I was eating that shit up the whole year I co-hosted. Eating that shit up until I had to leave. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had a baby. In this industry, what I'm doing ain't no right time to have a baby, so you have them when you have them. I don't regret when I got pregnant. I don't. I got pregnant on fucking purpose. That's what I wanted, a baby, and that's what I got. You know what I'm saying? But
that's a thing right there. That's a thing right there where they talk about women get punished for having babies in their careers. That's a stereotype going around. Like she said, there's no right time to have a baby. She just had a baby when she felt like it. And so because of that, somebody came in, you know, and started doing your segment. People started rocking. And now you come back and people like, I guess you were supposed to just be a fill-in. Now when you come back to your segment, she doing your segment. So you come back, like she said, it's a chair right here. So things is different now, all because you took some time off, had maternity leave, you come back, and now things is different. Y'all let me know in the comments. Who do y'all think? Do you think Jess is right, where she should feel away, or you think the Breakfast Club is right? Like, yo, well, we seeing the people is flocking to this person, and we need to keep pushing this because it's working. Y'all let me know.
I wanted Breakfast Club. You feel me? And I'm gonna say this. I don't fucking need to be there. I wanted to be there. I loved being there. That was my shit.
That was your shit?
No, I'm still thinking about that Breakfast Club situation with Jess Hilarious. And specifically about what Charlamagne the God told Jess. You cannot let the comments on the internet trick you out your position. And I know that sounds very common. Like, duh.
Right.
Why would you let somebody do that? But I don't think people put in perspective just like how much in position Jess is. The Breakfast Club, no matter how you feel about it, is still one of the biggest platforms in media today. Not just radio, television, internet, whatever. Their reach and their syndication is global. They're one of the biggest radio programs in the country, and I'm assuming maybe you could even say the world. There is no one, even if you, there's a few, 99% of people in Jess Hilarious comments, or if they make a blog on the Shade Room, Baller Alert, Neighborhood Talk, Spiritual Word, whatever, none of them have the reach that Jess Hilarious has when she goes to work Monday through Friday in those mornings on Power 105.1, The Breakfast Club. Nobody. So Charlamagne didn't say this verbatim, but he was trying to tell her,
right,
they are small things to a giant, literally. You're going to let people who sit in the basement of their mama house trick you out of your voice being amplified to millions of people and around the country and around the world. You know how insane that is? Lock in, Jess. Lock in.
Jess was already on the chopping block before she went on maternity leave. She just was in a contract. Before she left, corporate already decided that this was not the direction that they wanted the Breakfast Club to go in. They wanted to have that voice of reason, that non-comedic sidekick. They used Jess's maternity leave as a time for them to slide in someone they would prefer to have in her place. Someone who fit more with the mold or kind of carried on the legacy of Angela Yee. When Jess returned, they kept Loren there to keep Jess uncomfortable. Keep her shaking in her boots. And they knew she was going to crash out. And she did. Which could give them a reason to either fire her or probably push her away to where she'd want to just step down from the show. This is classic corporate behavior. They don't want to break the contract. And they need a really good reason to let her go. Or just push her out.
That is crazy.
Lying. And now I heard some shit about her up at the Breakfast Club.
She done got into some shit.
Well, this is what happened at the Breakfast Club. She took that job. She got that job. Because I think she had a social media presence. I can't imagine why else.
Yeah, that's why, yeah.
So she got that job. And I always said she wasn't talented. She got the job and got knocked up shortly afterwards. And the worst thing in the world happened. They brought in somebody who was talented.
Who they bring in?
Homegirl from she used to be on TMZ.
Yeah. She has experience with doing that. When she talks, her voice, I don't know her name.
Yeah.
The girl who is Loren. That girl know what she doing. She knows how to fit in with Charlamagne and the other guy, DJ Envy. It's like it's seamless when she there.
Right.
It's the talent. The talent shows out, and then Jess Hilarious ain't even reading right. I'm like, so it's a problem now.
Oh, no. I'm not gonna compete where I already won this competition. I didn't know it was supposed to be 4. If this was...
Hey, let me say this in my comments section. Explain this in NFL terms. Basically, this bitch thought that she could go f off on her job, and her backup took her job, and she tried to get it back. And they basically said, no, you on special teams now. And she's like, what? What the f? How my backup better than me? Well, we didn't realize you had no talent. The bench player took your job when you got, let's not call it injured, because, we love mothers. When you went on maternity leave, the bench player took your job. I'd be damned if a bench player take my job. If I was you, I'd be reading 1,000,000 miles per minute. I'd be going crazy. I would be going crazy. How you lose your
Yo, academics be so extra, bro. This dude is classic funny.
job on your day off to the bench player? And now you on Instagram bitching and moaning.
Since when has it been appropriate to tell your coworkers to shut up because you're frustrated about your job? Since when has that been appropriate to tell your coworkers to shut up because you're upset about your job? You tell me to shut up when I'm at my job, I'm taking you to HR. Listen, I'm childless by choice, so I don't know what it's like to go have a baby, come back to work, and your job not be in the same position, or you may not have the same position or same role as you once had. I don't know what that feels like, so I'm not going to pretend. But I do know what it feels like to feel inferior. I know what it feels like to feel like someone else is doing a better job than you at your job. I know what that feels like. That's a vulnerable point. But guess what I didn't do? I didn't take it out on my coworkers. I took that out with me. I took that out with me and God. What we are witnessing is Loren having a situation where when something is for you, it's for you. You don't got to do the extras. You don't got to do the pretending. You don't got to cuss people out. You just be. You just show up. And you exude the excellence. And that's where this one is having a problem with. She's just witnessing someone show up, be themselves, and excel in the job that she once had. I mean, I'm not going to say she once had because she still may be working there, but I'm just saying she's working so hard for this, and Loren don't got to do nothing but show up and be herself. And that is sending her.
This Jess Hilarious situation with the Breakfast Club, I hope it taught y'all something, all right? The main thing I wanted to teach y'all is, number one, you are not bigger than the system. It doesn't matter how important you feel at your job. The minute they feel like they could find somebody to do your job better, the company can make more money, the company can get more views, you're replaced. Which takes me to my second point. Your coworkers are not your friends.
Right.
These are just people that you see on a daily basis. But at the
Man, I had to learn that. I had to learn that as a youngster from my granddad. My granddad was like, look, the people at your job don't like you for real. You joking and laughing. Just go in there, do the job, come home, and that's it. I had to learn that the hard way. Shout out to my granddad, man. Rest in peace.
At the end of the day, the people that you sit side by side and they got a mic in front of them too. Bro, everybody's just doing their job to support their families. This is not something personal. Know what I mean? Too many of y'all getting these jobs and y'all feel like y'all are obligated. The people that work with you are obligated to look out for you. Is that probably the right humane thing to do? Yeah. But at the end of the day, we are serving a purpose of somebody that hired us. None of us are really in control. If somebody tells me, hey, don't say nothing to Brenda, know what I mean, or your job's gonna be, know what I mean, on the line. My bad, y'all, I'm out of breath, I'm working out. But your job's gonna be out on the line. You think I'm gonna say something? No, because I need my job to support my family. This ain't nothing personal. I'm not best friends with Brenda. Y'all need to stop feeling so obligated at your jobs. You know what I mean? Ooh. Yeah, you had a baby, so somebody had to sit in your seat. You thought you could just willy-nilly walk right back in and just do the job. No, it don't work like that. If they found somebody to do your job better, it's over. It's over for you. When you had a baby, at the time that you had a baby, early on in your career at the Breakfast Club, you should have known the risk. You should have known the risk. There's a possibility somebody could come in here and do my job better than me. Because let's be honest, Jess Hilarious never brought to the Breakfast Club what the Breakfast Club was missing when they lost Angela Yee. Angela Yee was the person with the facts. Envy and Charlamagne, they had the opinions. But Jess Hilarious just brought like mess with no concrete facts. Nothing that the listener's learning from. So we're listening to Envy give an opinion, Charlamagne give an opinion, Jess give an opinion. The podcast is done. Don't you see on every successful podcast there's a moderator? The moderator is there because he's given the questions to make the opinionated people like spark some type of dialogue. She wasn't doing that. She was just one of the people trying to have a dialogue. The Breakfast Club didn't need that. That's why Loren is so good. Any podcast you watch, there's that one person that has just straight facts. Well, for the most part, most podcasts are like that. Jess never brought that. And she never even tried to grow into that. So the fact of the matter is, what I want y'all to learn is, your coworkers are not your friends. Your job is not obligated. They don't owe you nothing. You are serving a purpose of somebody that allowed you to sit right there.
That's crazy.
Nobody owes you nothing. You know what I mean? If you want to feel in control, you need to create your own narrative for your own life. Have your own thing going on, which is why I don't like working for people. Because I understand my coworkers are fake. I understand that my manager is fake. I understand that everybody that I'm trusting here is actually fake when it comes down to it. But I can't be mad at y'all because we're all just doing a job. That's what I think she was missing. And lastly, if you have a problem with your coworkers, the best time to take that up with your coworkers is not by putting them on blast on the internet. It's having a meeting. Sitting them down, talking to them.
Right.
Because now it's hard for you to come back from this. It's always going to be on the listener's memory when they're listening to y'all. How awkward it is when Loren comes back. Like, it's just going to feel weird. The professional thing to do is pull them to the side. I heard Envy say, didn't I give you a chance to talk about that?
Right.
Yeah, but at the same time, it wasn't the right time and da-da-da. So it sounds like you were being unprofessional. You had expectations that you thought we were going to follow. You thought you were bigger than the system. I hope y'all learned something from this, y'all.
He made some valid points.
Why would you take a job on the radio? Hey, news flash, I worked on the radio. By the way, I did get fired. But let me tell you what happens when you work on the radio. 80% of the shit is reading. Hey, news flash, even Charlamagne the God, I hope I'm not spoiling this shit, but Donkey of the Day, he reads it. You gotta learn to read. You gotta learn to read. If you're a woman who struggles or is dyslexic, you can't read from left to right. You need your finger on the page as you're going.
Come on.
You're sounding out words like you've never heard it being said. Is that bitch is hypothetical. If you're that person, maybe having a segment where you
Hilarious went live on IG to talk about everything that's going on at the Breakfast Club. So basically she said after she got the job, she went and got pregnant. So while she was pregnant, they brought the other girl into the show. Basically, they let her know when she got back that basically we're going to have a 4-person segment. She was like, she didn't know anything about the 4-person segment. They basically said since Angela Yee left, they always was thinking about how four people on. Corey Holcomb said because the girl is way more talented, Jess Hilarious, and she delivers everything more passionately. She has been at TMZ, so she's just a better talent, a better fit at the Breakfast Club. So it hasn't been said if Jess Hilarious has been fired or anything, but she went on to go and speak about how nobody at the show ever speaks up for her. They never stand up for her. She basically just takes a back seat. They play some clips between her and the other girl. I believe her name is Candace, who's on the show. When she first got back to the show, she said she didn't like her because the first thing she asked her about is what's going on in the comments instead of like addressing her having a kid. You know, women are very territorial creatures. So she didn't like her at first. She said they learned to become cool and form a bond. Jess Hilarious gave her flowers repeatedly during the live, just let her know how talented she is. She well executes everything on the show. Corey Holcomb went on to say that Les Hilarious isn't talented. The girl's way more talented than her. He hopes that Jess Hilarious ends up having to create an OnlyFans. Now, you know they've been going back and forth. He's always at her neck.
What?
But that's basically what happened to sum it all up. She was talking, the video is extremely long for no reason. It really doesn't enlighten you on anything. I'm just giving y'all basically the cliff notes of everything that happened. She really didn't elaborate on to exactly why she made this post on live. She just talked about like a whole bunch of different things. So I'm interested to see what happens tomorrow, and I'll provide y'all with another update. But it seems to be a bit of discourse behind the scenes at the break.
Okay, somebody pays Angela Yee. I feel like her expertise would probably be needed here. This is the perfect storm of a bunch of things. Number one, the internet. The internet is always going to have people separated. It's always going to have people on the same team fighting each other. You're seeing these comments, algorithm talking about how, they'll show you the comments, how you're terrible, and then algorithm showing the other person how you're terrible. There's that. Number two, maternity leave. And need to really have serious conversations how that works with women. Obviously, go on maternity leave. You have somebody temporarily replace you, but there needs to be a little bit of reassurance. Is the God honest truth on that end. Number three, personalities. All right, so you got the Charlamagne, the gods of the world, the DJ Envy, a bit of a sort of they come up a little bit. Got that shock jock mentality. I don't know what the producers are like and things like that, but they don't give me too much of a vibe like they're like, oh, we're taking everything seriously. And then you got Jess Hilarious personality, which I think can come up a little confrontational. Loren, I thought she came off like a professional, but what do I know? And then you take all that, you mix it in a pot, and we've got this, right? The competition aspect also matters. I've always had this theory that I think people naturally will compete with each other, but when you start having groups, right, and you got the same sex, let's say you got people of four, three of them men, one woman, another woman comes along, you know what I'm saying? Or you got three women, one guy. It's always been a guy of the group. Another guy comes along, right? In this case, you had two men. Jess probably thought, Angela used to be that one woman. I'm replacing her. But, things got complicated with, you going on leave. So this is just a perfect storm. But my advice, keep it off the internet. But at the same time, I know Charlamagne and DJ Envy were saying that, keep it off the internet. But just keeping it off the internet doesn't mean that it should not be addressed privately. That part's always important. People always tell people, keep things off the internet, but never want to address things privately. All right? So figure it out, folks. Radio is not exactly that booming for y'all to be fighting over there. Just stand united.
Hey, yo, man, let's talk about it, because they got some drama at the Breakfast Club, man. They saying Jess Hilarious going off on everybody. So I guess they saying, I don't watch the Breakfast Club. I'm going to be honest. First of all, drop in the comments, do y'all even watch the Breakfast Club? But I'm going to be 100. I guess, after Angela Yee left or whatever, they added Jess Hilarious or whatever. And, like, if you know who Jess Hilarious is, you know Jess Hilarious. Either she funny to you or she not, whatever. Some people think she annoying. Some people think she funny. They think she real. But I guess she adds like a Jess with the mess segment, and you know, she just basically giving commentary on basically how she feel about stuff that we all see. And I don't know. So I guess she had a baby and they brought another girl in, this girl right here. Now, I guess this girl is a producer. She used to work at TMZ or something, I think they were saying. And I guess she, like, for about a good year or so, she been at the Breakfast Club, I guess. And when Jess went and basically had a baby and had to go on leave and all that, I guess they brought her in as like a replacement with the Jess with the mess segment or whatever. I don't know. Long story short, from based off what I see, they saying this girl is professional. She's way better at like just doing what she does than Jess Hilarious. Obviously, she has like history in this shit. She's been doing this shit for a long time. I guess she was working at TMZ, so this is what she does. Jess Hilarious is a comedian. You know what I'm saying? Jess ain't a media personality. You get what I'm saying? So I guess Jess is feeling the pressure that they brought someone here. Jess basically feeling like they're replacing.
I like this picture of her though. I ain't even gonna cap. That's all I'm gonna say.
Her with someone who's better than her. I don't think it have nothing to do with looks, because people want to be in the comments saying a lot of shit. Oh, this girl looks way better. Loren is her name. She looks way better than Jess.
Damn, I just said I like the way she look. I ain't say she look better than nobody. That's just crazy. He just said that though. That is just really crazy. He just brought that up.
Jess, she's more articulate than Jess. Like, why the fuck do they have Jess? They just basically act like Jess is a big ghetto ass mess, and they say this is a Bentley, Jess is a Chrysler 300. Like, you know what I'm saying?
No.
I'm like, I feel like that's kind of unfair to say. You get what I'm saying? Especially since Jess was basically asked to be there. Like, you get what I'm saying? If y'all wanted her or someone with more media training, y'all should have did that off top. I don't know. Personally, I mean, this girl is gorgeous, and I mean, she's definitely articulate, and I love seeing black women employed and just on TV and all of that. Now, I don't know. I mean, she seemed to try to have a professional conversation with Jess Hilarious. I don't know. It went left. All I'm saying is, y'all let me know what y'all think, man. Do y'all even watch The Breakfast Club? What y'all think about the drama, man? Hey, man, Loren is professional. I feel like Jess Hilarious is professional. You know what I'm saying? She's a comedian. Like, she's as professional as she should be. You get what I'm saying? But I mean, hey, I don't even watch The Breakfast Club. I'm gonna be honest. So y'all let me know what y'all think about it. If y'all are tuned in and shit like that, what y'all think? How y'all feel?
I extended.
The Breakfast Club said, no matter what, keep those motherfucking cameras rolling. They know good and goddamn well those ladies could have handled that shit behind the scenes.
Right.
Or not even just those ladies, the entire network.
Right.
The entire station just could have dealt with that behind the scenes, but the show must go on. That's too much like right to handle business behind the scenes, especially when you're a show as successful but as messy as The Breakfast Club. I guess it's only right that if you're going to talk about people's mess all day, that you might as well talk about your own. But I want to be clear. Jess Hilarious is completely validated in her feelings.
Oh, yeah.
But I just don't know what else you're supposed to do when the person who, you know, took your spot while you were on maternity leave is genuinely better than you. I don't know what she can do. But I can understand her feeling like the goal isn't for her to get better. Or she's like, I can't be better than her. So the only thing you can do is throw a fit. But the funniest part of the shit is when Jess said she came on and did her segment, speaking of Lauren LaRosa, and she said the girl started reading, and everybody was like, oh shit, she's amazing. Jess couldn't compete with a girl reading. But in all seriousness, Charlamagne tried to tell her. Charlamagne is a radio veteran.
Jeez.
He's one of the most successful on-air personalities to ever exist. Let's just keep it a buck. Love him or hate him. So him telling her, and really everybody, to stay out of their comments and don't let social media trick you out your position is some of the best advice he could have given anyone, not just Jess. And Jess was just in denial. And I saw a tweet that said, this is what happens when you give social media personalities a professional position and they don't know how to treat it. This isn't social media. This is a professional job. People go to school and train for this position. So I'm not saying we haven't seen people that come from social media thrive in this, but she's just an example of like, you can't live in these comments and bring it to the workplace. Charlamagne said, people call me all sorts of, they talk about my skin, that I'm gay, all this and that. I don't let them trick me out my position. You can't do it. And Jess just wasn't trying to hear it. But good God, to watch that play out in person, that felt really weird because it's about work and it's two, black women, all that. But, oh well, they wanted to show it and it was a show. So I appreciate them for giving me tickets to the circus.
Grand opening, grand closing. Boy, boy, boy. The Breakfast Club, y'all just can't catch a break, I see. So here's the reality with the whole Breakfast Club situation with Jess Hilarious. I think that's how I said that correctly. Shit. Jess, boy, they pulled the okie doke on you. I'm gonna just tell you straight up. These companies, when they want something done, they're not gonna come to you personally and tell you that they want it done. They're just gonna figure out a way around it. That way they don't gotta face you face to face. That's just what it is. Congratulations on your baby, but you going on maternity leave definitely hurt your situation, because when Loren pulled up, they realized, oh shit, Loren ain't as big as Jess, but Loren do damn near a better job. Wait a minute, we might be on to something here. We might not have to pay as much, and we get a better product, and she knows more about this industry because she's an actual producer. All right. Now our only job is to pin them against each other and have them fight to the death for this position. Jess, you have every fucking reason to feel the way you feel. I think it's validated. However, Loren actually does a better job. No cap. She actually does a better job. And you even admitted to that on your live.
Shorty is like that. Yeah. That's why I picked her to fill in for me for maternity leave. This woman every day. Every day. I don't have no reason to fucking hate on that girl. I don't. No, I didn't like her when I came back, because I'm like, all right, what's going on? What's going on? She knew it. We had a conversation. Because the anger was misplaced. Nah, it ain't even you that I don't like. I'm realizing this is the way these niggas is doing shit up here that I don't like.
Well, Jess, I'm glad you figured it out. It ain't got nothing to do with that girl. It got everything to do with that company. You picking her to replace you was one of the worst decisions you could have made as far as your position goes on the Breakfast Club. They realize that she's actually better. Despite your social media presence, she does a better job at this thing in particular. And they want to pay less for more. So they're going to figure out a way to pin y'all against each other, have y'all fight to the death, and let the winner win. And unfortunately for you, it's probably going to be her. Well, y'all keep the change.
A quick breakdown of the drama going on right now between Jess Hilarious and Loren LaRosa on The Breakfast Club. Before we get into it, go ahead and give this page a like and a follow if you are interested in all things pop culture and news related. Here we have Jess, who went out on maternity leave shortly after joining the team, and they found a good replacement for her in Loren. Loren fit right in with the guys, Charlamagne and Envy. Both seemed to rift off of her a little bit. She found her footing, and then Jess Hilarious came back from maternity leave, and Loren was still there, which was not expected. But while she was out on maternity leave, she was such a good fit that they decided to add her on kind of as a fourth. Jess Hilarious had previously been the sole anchor of the show and giving these messy, relatable, kind of tea-worthy news stories. Loren is a true journalist. Loren has a journalist degree. She presents news in a very different way. But here's where the drama comes. When Jess comes back and she's in her segment and she's taking over the conversation, cutting her off, Jess on air tells her to shut up. She goes on live shortly after and says, Charlamagne told me to do that because he noticed she was always cutting me off too, and sometimes you got to say something to her. I've told her to her face. However, the ladies had a sit-down discussion on The Breakfast Club, and Loren says she's never had that conversation with her before, or at least she doesn't recall it, and that Jess said some crazy things in that live that never should have been said. She wanted to keep it professional. She even brings up the fact that they've had an issue before, and she brought Jess to the EP, Eddie, who helped them resolve the issue on the set. Jess took it to the live and internet, which is causing the frenzy, but I really think at the core of it, Jess is scared of losing her job. She's got kids to feed. She's got family to support. And believe it or not, people got real feelings. They don't want to feel like they went and had a baby and you replaced them. How she did it, maybe it wasn't the correct way to express herself, but she deserved to say those things. Maybe in the room with all of the executive producers to get Loren her own slot so that she felt like she still had hers. Because she's entitled to that. She signed a contract. I think Loren has handled this very tastefully. She's guaranteeing herself a slot in many other positions. What do you guys think about this situation?
Yes.
So Jess Hilarious is getting fired from The Breakfast Club because she picked someone that was better than her to replace her during her maternity leave. And there's, so many conversations going around about Jess Hilarious and, how she's made transphobic comments, going back and forth with T.S. Madison, and how she's kind of fucking ignorant and not really that funny.
Dang.
You know what I'm saying? She's not a journalist, and that role is essentially for a journalist. Envy is supposed to be a DJ. I don't know what the fuck he DJs, and Charlamagne is the jackass of the show.
Yo, what is going on with this lady? She's shooting everybody up there. Pew, 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 pew.
And Jess is supposed to do research and go in depth, and I think she just thought that she could come on there, not do any actual research, and just give her a little commentary like she normally does, on Instagram. But that's not gonna fly. That's not gonna fly. So all of that aside, right? The thing I want to really address, I want to talk about is like women being pregnant, and I want to address the part of, she lost her job after going on maternity leave. At the end of the day, the company is going to look out for the company, and this person was received better by everyone, so you're out the door. When it comes to women being pregnant or making the choice to have a baby, as much as people like to say that, having a baby doesn't stop anything, you can have a baby and still be successful. Yes, you can still have a baby and still be successful. You can have a family and be successful. But being pregnant will slow you down. You have to make the conscious decision when you decide I'm going to have a baby as a woman. It is going to take away from where you are right now, because also you do not know what being pregnant will do to you and your body. Because you can be perfectly healthy, get pregnant, you're on bed rest for 9 months. You can't go anywhere, you can't do nothing. Some women get so violently ill. One woman, I think she was in Europe, she got so violently ill she decided to unalive herself.
Whoa.
Because she got so ill from being pregnant and she could not get any relief at all. She just literally could not take it anymore.
Wow.
So you do not know what could happen to you during your pregnancy that could cause you to take even more time off from work than you anticipated. So when you get pregnant, it's almost like you automatically get counted out. It even happens in the military, right? Because I'm a seagoing rate. I'm an engineer. I cannot do my job and be pregnant. I cannot. So even in the military, they kind of always say like, oh, you should get pregnant on shore duty. That's the perfect time to get pregnant. Because, manning and things of that nature. But when is the perfect time to get pregnant? What if I'm on shore duty and I'm not single? I'm single. I don't have a family. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what if I'm not in the position to get pregnant at that time in my life, right? Because Jess said that it was her child was planned, her and her fiance, or I don't know what he is to her. They planned to have the baby at that time. She just started that job. So to the company, it's like, we hire you. And there was also a little bit of issue like during the hiring process where she kind of like posted that she got hired. And then there was still some issues there. So you kind of already started on a bad foot with the company. And then a few months later, you're pregnant. A few months after that, you have to leave. And then the person, I'm sure she felt like, you know what? I'm going to select somebody so good that they can't even be mad that I'm not here. But you selected someone too good. And I think that, people try to portray this thing like, oh no, you can have a baby, especially when you work in the corporate world. They try to portray this picture like, oh yeah, you can have it all. You can have a lot of it. You cannot have all of it.
That's real.
And people are going to judge you as a woman when you have a baby and you want to take time off and you want to do these things. Because there are some women that get pregnant, have their baby, and decide, I don't want to go back to corporate America. I don't want to go back to the workforce. I'm not doing that shit. Some women cannot leave their baby. And, there are some women that pop that thing out and 3 weeks later, they're back in the office like, hello. Like, where the baby at? Daycare with their daddy, something. And then there's some women that don't have a choice. They have to go back to work. But I think what I'm trying to say is, right, on the grand scheme of things, being a woman sucks.
All right, that was another TikTok compilation, man. That was of The Breakfast Club, Jess Hilarious, Loren. Y'all let me know in the comments, man, especially about the women that go on maternity leave and you come back and everything is different. How do y'all, if you've experienced that, put that in the comments. What is that like? What is that process like? And who do you think is right in this situation? Do you think it's Jess? Do you think it's Loren? Do you think it's the Breakfast Club? Like, how do you think they should handle this? Should Loren have her own segment? Should Jess just go ahead and move on to something else? How do y'all think they should handle that? But if you made it this far, make sure you drop real one for real in the comments, man. Shout out to you. I also got a TikTok playlist you can go through, binge watching and all that. But until next time, self-love and positivity, Fire Squad. I got you and you know it. Whew.